that the power gets transmitted to the motor.
Yeah.
From the motor, the flywheel starts running.
Correct.
And then it will turn turn with free electricity back.
How to utilize your technology for biomass?
So Datta, to answer your question, Green Gyro is actually going to provide this innovative technology for all different countries,
Okay.
including India. So how biomass can work out over here is,
Okay.
if you actually see, there is something which is called as waste management.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so waste management in India and throughout the world is actually being put forward by various governments. The reason being, collecting waste is becoming so difficult in each and every place.
Correct.
So for example, even if you're taking India, for example, we have villages, then you have panchayats, then you have municipalities,
Yes.
corporations, wards,
Yes.
then you have cities.
Correct.
In all of these places, collection of waste is the most problematic thing.
Correct.
So of late, these waste management centers are being made where they collect the waste and then they utilize the waste in order to produce some sort of electricity.
Okay.
So what our company is innovatively trying to do is, we are trying to approach a new scheme where for all the providers of waste, for example, in a house, there is someone who actually has some amount of waste which is there.
Correct.
So for them, when they tend to provide that waste for the biomass unit, we will tend to give them back free electricity for that particular house.
Oh, that's
And
great.
whatever we are amplifying, right, from the biomass plant, we can even give it out to various other commercial use also.
Okay.
So the entire outlook over here is, whoever's providing waste, we are even looking at them by giving them free electricity back. And even for all the other industrialists also who would like to utilize that electricity for various other commercial purposes also, even we are even looking at that too.
Okay.
So this is going to be like a win-win situation for everyone.
Okay.
And here the most problematic part of the collection of waste, we are going to ensure that it's going to be done in a very nice particular manner, such that there will be no wastage around. So now, like for example, there is a person in the house who will have to give about 1 kg of waste. And if he is not able to get that 1 kg waste, he will try to clean the nearby surroundings to ensure that the waste comes up to 1 kg to provide it. So that his whatever he is able to provide, he is able to provide. And he gets free electricity. Now there could be even another way in which some people will have their own solar powered houses where they will tell, okay, we don't require that electricity. For them, what the other scheme has like an A and a B. So the B part of the scheme is that we will pay them, suppose 1 rupee for that 1 kg or something like that. So they even get like a revenue side of things.
Roshan, can I see the proof of concept?
Definitely, Datta. Why don't we just go ahead right now itself? Let's go and let's check.
Sure.
So Datta, you will actually see that here there are some houses.
Correct.
So over here, what the exact thing over here is, you would see that garbage is being collected from these houses. So there is dry waste here, there's wet waste, and there's plastic.
Okay.
So the entire idea over here is that in this particular village, there will be a particular biomass unit. We'll be talking to an industrialist, and all this while this garbage does not have any particular value at all.
Okay.
But our company's initiative is that we are going to provide a value to this. So since these houses have actually contributed on giving so much of garbage over here, what we are planning to actually do is, we are going to take this particular garbage from them and give them back electricity. So either on giving back the particular electricity, what can happen is they get free electricity back.
Okay.
Suppose if the houses are being powered by solar panels, then what we are actually going to do is, we are actually going to give them like a particular remuneration. So for the 10 kgs of garbage which they have actually given over here, we are going to give them 1 kg, 1 rupee per kg on Indian rupees. It's like 1 rupee per kg. So it comes up to like 10 rupees overall. So they are going to get 10 rupees for just the garbage which they have given over here for 10 kgs. Suppose they are not able to fill in this 10 kgs, but 10 kgs is like the minimum requirement. They will go and clean the nearby place also and bring income so that they'll ensure that 10 kgs is being
that's
given.
Great. Yeah.
So that is the overall idea over here. So they're not only just cleaning their house, they're just cleaning even the nearby surroundings to ensure that we are able to provide the actual amount of garbage required for the biomass unit to give them either electricity or a remuneration. And the remaining, whatever we are able to amplify, right? See, waste management companies have been immense in India and throughout the world. This has always been there since quite a long time. But right now, what we are helping them do is, we are helping them amplify the power. Because with whatever waste that they are able to collect, they are only been able to produce a limited amount of power. So we are going to help them to amplify it to a bigger extent, so that in this particular village itself, for all other commercial activities, apart from the residential which we are giving free for those people who are contributing, other commercial activities, they can actually give out this particular power. So that is our entire agenda. One, we are going to ensure that the place becomes much cleaner, and secondly, we are also going to ensure that power gets utilized correctly. So that's all that we are. So till now, like what I told earlier, garbage did not have value. Thanks to Green Gyro, right now garbage is having some value. Where it's going to go back to the residents who provide the garbage, and it's also going to help industrialists. So let me show you now from the machine perspective.
Sure.
Let's go. So this is a particular proof of concept which we have built over here. So what you can actually see, this is a fuel generator. Which is here. This you can consider as an example of any power plant which actually uses an input. For example, this could be a thermal power plant, this could be a biomass unit, or this could also be an ONGC plant. So any plant which takes an X amount as an input, and then it will take the electrical power which will be generated over here, go on to our amplification device. So we have a 250 kilowatt amplification device. From there will be these export wires which will transmit the particular power onto the grid. So right now there would have been like this particular proof of concept is more like, if you have taken the garbage over there, utilize, this is a biomass unit, you're putting that garbage over here, so for it to get a particular electricity output. But here we are going to amplify it in such a way in which your overall desired output is going to be much more. So here Shivam will actually start this. So right now, this is going to be where like garbage is put, or 1 kg or 1 ton of coal is being utilized in case of thermal power plant, and all of that. So here you actually get about 50 kilowatt of power which is being generated. So from this, here it's up to your imagination whether you would like to utilize it as a biomass unit, or whether you would like to utilize it as a thermal power plant or an ONGC, wherever an input is actually being given. So this 50 kilowatt which transmits on this particular line, so comes over to our amplification device which we have kept over there. So if you actually follow the particular path and you keep coming, you would actually notice that we have a starter box over there, which is kept for this particular machine. So the power which gets transmitted over the starter box, about 10 kilowatt, goes over that to the motor. In the motor, it will actually start rotating these flywheels, which is there. We have a Green Gyro box also which is inside. This is a 250 kilowatt. So the exporting power will go out from this distribution box, it will go to the grid. And in order to know how much of power is being exported, this is a biodiversity meter. So which will actually showcase the amount of power which gets exported and which goes over to the grid. You can start the machine. So over there, that's going to be your power project. So this could, I leave it to your imagination. You want to use it as biomass, you want to use it as thermal, or you want to use it as ONGC, whatever, it's up to your particular imagination. So once that starts off, they will actually, the power will come over here. So if it started, you will get your particular power which gets generated, like what I told, the 50 kilowatt would come in, from the lines which is there, and then it will go on to our particular power amplification machine, which we have kept over here, the Green Gyro machine. Like switch that on. I will go. And then you would see that the power gets transmitted to the motor. From the motor, the flywheel starts running. And then it will turn turn with so much of RPM in such a way such that our 250 kilowatt machine, it gets amplified. So the 50 kilowatt which went in as an input will come out as 250 kilowatts. And that will get exported through this particular distribution box. On my end, I will just not 50 kilowatt which comes in as an input, goes to the transmission lines, goes over to our particular machine, where 10 kilowatt is being utilized by the motor. The flywheel starts to run through the Green Gyro box, and then our 250 kilowatt alternator which is there, the electromechanical energy comes out and it gets exported.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so your 50 kilowatt gets amplified to 250 kilowatt,
Okay.
and
okay,
whatever is being exported is 250 kilowatt to the grid.
Okay.
So this is how you would ask for a proof of concept,
Correct.
and I am
yeah.
delivering your proof of concept.
Oh. Okay,
So
okay,
we have
good.
amplified an amount of power, an X amount of power, amplified it, gave the desired output. Similarly, for any sort of a power project, we
Okay.
can actually amplify the power and give it out. So
Okay,
that is our agenda.
Okay, got it.